Thanks for the support as a channel member, Sean Spence. Here we go then, boys and girls. Champions League final, Manchester United versus Bayern Munich. Current Kev versus past Kev. I think, on reflection, whatever happens in this game, we're probably going to call this the final episode of the series. It's now just going to be about, do we want to go out with a bang and 3 Champions League wins in 4 years with 3 different clubs? Or are we just going to go out to a sea of people saying, see, you should never have left Bayern, Kev? Hello and welcome to Club 7, part 11 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have that Champions League final. It's Bayern Munich versus Manchester United. It's at the ground that Dynamo Kiev play at. Is that a big 70,000 capacity? We're off to the Ukraine, boys and girls. What's the Ukraine like at this time of year? 28 degrees and breezy is exactly what the Ukraine is like at this time of year. Are we date for date correct? We're not. We're a couple of days out. I'm recording these like 4 days in advance. I was wondering, is this coming out on the 2nd of June? That would be amazing. No, it's not. It's not. Oh, I'm stressed. And we have some team news going into this game. And Joachim Hamad, former Bayern Munich player, former 2-time Champions League winner with Bayern Munich, is injured. He picked up an injury in training. He's got a twisted knee. Theoretically, I guess we could start him, but it just seems like a little bit of an unnecessary risk. So he's going to start from the bench, along with Philippe Leonard, who has a twisted ankle. Everyone's twisting limbs at the moment. And it does mean that 2 key players are unavailable. So the only link... What is that noise that keeps happening? My goodness, that needs to stop. That's 3 times now. Ah! We'll calm down. I don't even know if you can hear it. I assume you can, because it's very, very loud. The only link we've got now between this Manchester United team and our Bayern Munich team from just 3 years ago is Vermonti in midfield. I'm making that point because the amount of people who give it all the, Kev, you just signing the same players at every club. One player has come to every club. His name is Matteo Vermonti, and he's just won the PFA Player of the Year, the Players Player of the Year thing, the Writers Player of the Year, whatever it is. I mean, look at everything he's won. He's been with me. Why is that happening? He's been with me for 7 years now. In that time, he's pretty much won a trophy every season. But what he's also won is the Football Writers Player of the Year 3 times, PFA Player of the Year 3 times, German Player of the Year twice when he was at Bayern, Spanish Player of the Year runner-up while he was at Barcelona. He's a Bayern Munich icon, and today he tries to get himself removed from the Bayern Munich icons list and get added to the Manchester United icons. Matteo Vermonti, this is likely to be our last dance together. It has been a pleasure, sir. Let's go out with a bang. We are going with Al Trichter in goal, a back 4 of Ronaldo, Pascual, Carpentier and Merba. Vermonti behind Albert Bull and Baumgartner in midfield. Sweeney, Sanchez and Crown are our front 3. Let's get into the game. Let's go and try and win our 3rd Champions League of the series. Let's fully get some closure on all of this stuff. You know, I think this will be the perfect way to bow out if it goes to plan. But that is a very good-looking Bayern Munich team. That's the guy they spent £200 million on. We know how good Gashi is. Bartolet, Marquez, Merker. They're all my boys. Eduardo, Tigges, Dombrowski. Todd Thomas. We've got a channel member in goal for Bayern Munich in the Champions League final. Todd Thomas, congratulations. On the flip side of that, I hope you're in because the normal keeper's injured, and that we've got a bit of a chance here with a youngster on the bench, or in the team, sorry. Right, we want to assertively avenge what happened last time we played Bayern Munich. Seeing Todd Thomas in goal is both a delight and excitement. Antonio Carlos down on the bench, thumbs still knocking around. Miguel's have got a Dombrowka to go with Dombrowski. They certainly know how to name a player at Bayern Munich. And now we just need to go and win a football match now. What's happened here? We have a free kick. It's Crown. First test for Todd Thomas, and he makes the save. It's a corner for us. 16 minutes on the clock. I mean, as much as Todd Thomas, obviously supporting the channel member. I don't want him to have a good game, though. I want Todd Thomas to get an embarrassment. I want an embarrassing Champions League final for him. You lot are probably all rooting for him because he's one of you. But I want the Champions League win. I want one more medal for my trophy cabinet. And I feel like Todd Thomas is going to try and ruin that for me. Imagine if it goes to a penalty shootout. We've seen how good Altrichter can be at penalty shootouts. We don't know how good Todd Thomas is. But I've got to assume he's going to be pretty good because, you know, I don't have bad goalkeepers watching my videos. 0-0 at half-time. Very little to separate the two teams. Very uneventful first half. We're going to continue down the route of let's avenge what happened last time we played Bayern Munich. I don't know what happened last time we played Bayern Munich. We haven't played... Were they in our group? I don't think they were they? We've not played them since I've been here at United. So I have no idea. Vermonti plays it forward to Baumgartner. Baumgartner finds Sweeney, who skips past Dombrowski, and now he's charging into the penalty area. Sweeney from range. We need to be testing this young goalkeeper. I mean, he might be the best young goalkeeper in the world, for all I know, but I assume Ferron's injured. And that's why Todd Thomas is in the team. Plays it carefully to whoever Bauer is. I don't even remember him. He must have been someone they've signed since I left. Or maybe another youngster, Gashi, looking very, very good. Testing Altrichter from range, but luckily it goes just wide. Merker's looking nervous because he knows he could have been a Manchester United player by now. Tried to sign him in the summer. And Bayern Munich weren't having any of it. He was the player I was trying to sign to compete with Vermonti. Sanchez now with the corner. Carpentier is there and heads just over. It feels wrong that Banfalvi is not involved in this match between these two teams. Bayern Munich are uninterested and frustrated in what's going on at the moment. I think I want to bring Haman on. I want to bring a leader on at the back, and he's been there, done that, 2 times Champions League winner, former Bayern Munich player who's going to want to score from one of these corners. Let's get him on. And then the wide players both struggling. I mean, I can't take Keith Crown off in a game like this. So that means Sweeney comes off, Paulo on. Haman, I am really, really looking at him to do something special for us, that show some passion. He's the man to lead the passion. We're fired up, they're apprehensive. If anyone's scoring here, surely it's going to be us. I do feel like I've got to leave Keith Crown on. Baumgartner is the man who's going to come off, and we're going to bring Aller on for him. I know the assistant manager said Marty, but I'm going with my boy rather than the previous guy's boy. Merber's now picked up a knock, which is a bit of a problem, although he is taking this free kick. Finds Vermonti. Vermonti plays Paulo in. Paulo! And it's saved by Todd Thomas. The £200 million man has just gone off for Bayern, but it's Michels who's come on, and we know how good he is. Right, do we get to make a 4th substitution at this point? Let's continue trying to avenge what happened last time. This is a tight Champions League final. Can we bring Rocher on? We can. Right, that's freshened us up at right back. Well, I now know what that noise was before. It was my hard drive telling me how full it was, and then it just stopped recording. I've just watched it back. I don't think we've missed anything. I've just brought Rocher on for Merber. We haven't kicked off in extra time yet. It's still 0-0. And I should probably listen to those noises in future. It's a big day. It's a big game. I can be forgiven for not knowing. I mean, I've only got a computer science degree. How would I know what that noise meant? Right, we've demanded more, which is a bit of a risk because I don't like the players to feel like I'm moaning at them, because I'm not. It is still 0-0. We're going to get Todd Thomas versus Altrichter in a penalty shootout unless somebody steps up and does something here. And now I'm wishing I'd have already taken Keith Crown off because of just how many penalties he's missed for us this season. But how do we not have it? He's Keith Crown, for goodness sake. Well, but Vermonti could step in for Crown. No, we're going to go with quick pick. It's got us this far. I've never picked my own penalty takers before. I'm not going to start now. It is Todd Thomas, channel member Todd Thomas versus Altrichter, the best goalkeeper in the world. And it's 1-0 to Manchester United. Paulo scores from the spot. Gashi now stepping up to take on Altrichter. We all remember his last penalty shootout. Altrichter doesn't make the save there. That's the first time we've seen him concede a goal in a penalty shootout, I think. Keith Crown. I think I've seen him miss 3 penalties this season now. Come on, Keith. Come on, Keith. He scores that one. Cometh the hour. Cometh Keith Crown. It's now Miguel's up against Altrichter. Come on, let's have a... I really want to save here. I really want to save. And he saved... Or did he hit the post? It might have been a post order. I'm giving it to Altrichter because we know how good he is at penalty shootouts. 2-1. 2 penalties each gone. Allah now from the spot. Allah against Thomas, and it's 3-1. Todd Thomas, you're my favourite channel member because you're letting us win the penalty shootout. Eduardo, sign this guy as backup left back. He's been ever present almost since I left, and he scores 3-2. 2 penalties each remaining, and it's Abbottbull versus Thomas now. And the pressure on Abbottbull here against a young goalkeeper like Todd Thomas, and he scores 4-2. We will have a look at Todd Thomas after the game. I just can't risk doing it while the game's still going on. Right, if we get a save from Altrichter here, we win the Champions League. If my maths is correct. I think my maths is good. Or the pressure on Bauer. He's the first man involved in this shootout who's not one of my boys. Therefore, he deserves to miss. Altrichter. We just need one more big penalty save from him, and he doesn't provide it. And we go down to the final penalties. It's 4-3 to Manchester United. 1 regulation penalty left. Of course, if we miss ours and they score, we then have sudden death, and the first man up then is Vermonti. Is there a fairy tale being written here that involves Matteo Vermonti? Sanchez steps up. If he scores, we win. We've seen him score plenty of times this season. He steps up one more time, potentially the last kick of the series, and he scores, and Manchester United have won the Champions League. It's my 3rd Champions League win in 4 seasons at 3 different clubs. Unparalleled feats. It's almost as good as winning the Streamer Showdown twice. I imagine this is just predicting the 3-peat there as well. Should be watching that, twitch.tv/LOLLUJO. That'll be back soon, boys and girls. But we've won the Champions League. I am pleased with the result out there. Congratulations, gentlemen. Let's just go and have a look at Todd Thomas and just work out what the situation was here. So Todd Thomas, still only 19 years old, and he's played 14 games in his career. What on earth happened to Ferron in that game? Presumably injured, I guess, in the last day of the season, similar to when Haman picked up his injury. I'm assuming Ferron's the guy who's still there. Where is he? I mean, it's not even a proper... I'd have played him. Although I didn't play Haman. It was in a similar situation. But Ferron, torn wrist ligaments, probably wouldn't have played him, actually. I think goalkeepers generally need wrists. But there we have it. A 3rd Champions League win. I've never done that before. Certainly not with 3 different teams. I've had saves like with Posh where I've won it 8 years in a row just because it's fun to do that with the team you support. But never before have I done a little European tour, just picking up Champions Leagues everywhere I go. Let's have a final look at the Hall of Fame. So for nationality, oh, look how close. Oh, I'm almost tempted to stay on and win the Charity Shield because I need 11 points to be classed as the greatest English manager of all time. But I'm going to respectfully bow out and say to Bob Paisley, you know what, Bob? You hang on to that. Someone else will be along for it one day. But for now, you can continue calling yourself the greatest English manager of all time. I never made it onto the England Hall of Fame, obviously, because I barely managed in England, at least when I was winning stuff. The 13th best manager in Europe, which is lovely. And then on the world one, I never know how these work. The world, I am the 12th best manager in the history of the world. Bob Paisley, just above me as well, as he is in the English one. Well, there we go. I'm no Pep Guardiola, I'm no Alex Ferguson, and I'm no Bob Paisley. But I think that was a pretty good career. Let's have a little look at my managerial profile to see how we ended things, along with my very close friend, Harry Kane, who is currently managing Dundee. We're very close. I'll perhaps get him to come and take over from me at Manchester United. I've got a distant relationship with Juancar. Don't even know who this guy is, but that might be the greatest name. He's probably heard me talking about his name. Juancar, how do I mean, I don't know who you are. I don't know why. I can understand why we've got a distant relationship, because I've obviously mocked you at some point in the past. You're a real player. Oh my goodness! Someone talk to this man. Who does he play for in real life? Plays for Malaga in real life. Somebody get in touch with Malaga on Twitter. That noise is back. Someone get in touch with Malaga on Twitter and just let them know. Get them to change that. My word. And as you can see, I like my Coke as well. This is like it's been written for me. This is lovely. Right. What I was looking at is history. So overview of my career, 7 managerial jobs, 1 international job. We've kind of failed internationally. But we did end up winning over the course of the career, 13 cups, 5 leagues, got promoted twice, which, why is that happening so much? Which considering, we started in the National League North and ended up doing a Champions League tour of Europe, 2 promotions in that time. Shows just how easy it is to get a better job in Football Manager. I signed 166 players for £4.8 billion, sold £177 million, 177 players for £2.25 billion. So that means a net transfer spend over the course of the series of just a cool £2.5 billion in 16 years. Nice. Laszlo Banfalvi, the most expensive player I bought. Hudson Odoi, the most expensive sale at 56 million. And I've spent over 102 million pounds on agents. But more importantly, I've earned myself 95 million pounds in salary. And I think earning 95 million pounds by the age of 52 has earned me a well-earned retirement. So I'm going to go and lie on a beach somewhere and enjoy my retirement. And I'll see you again very soon, I guess. Don't leave. I know this. Trying to stay in character, but putting the LOLLUJO hat back on again for a second. I do have more than one series on this channel. I know there's some people who only watch Non-League to Legend every year. I urge you to give Born a try. And also, there might be something new in the near future. Watch this space. I have a plan, boys and girls. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up here, I think. Manchester United has been a nice little ending to the series. It's been an absolute pleasure. I guess we've got to do one thing before we go, because there'll be uproar if we don't. Player of the series, without any question, Sir Mattia Vermonti. Did he make it onto the favoured personnel here? Of course he did, because he makes it onto the favoured personnel everywhere. Oh, and I'm on there too. Lovely stuff. I never made it to icon anywhere because I never stayed anywhere long enough. If you have a look at my, where is it? What do I want? I want that biography. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, there's my biography. That's not a bad career. I'd settle for that in real life. If Kings then want to give me the real job and see if I can replicate it, who knows? If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.